Oceanic
Tennis,
tournament,
yeah.
tennis tournament. So there were tennis players from all over the world who arrived and played in Iriga City.
Right. I noticed that Iriga has now a lot of activities going on.
Yes,
no?
yes.
And I've seen
through the efforts of our beloved Mayor Madeline Alfinogas.
The mayor is your first cousin.
Yes,
The mayor, no?
Oh,
Is
yes.
the first cousin.
Because her father, Siriaco, and my father, Felix, are brothers.
Okay, so that's the reason. Although you have a different family name also with...
Oh yes,
no,
yes.
no?
She's now Gasmen. I'm now Moraleda.
Okay. Now, let us also talk about your other activities. As I understand, you're very active in the Rotary, no?
Yes, yes.
Tell us more about the Rotary Club that you're in, and what are some of the...
Okay. I am an active member of the Rotary Club of Iriga, and I am a past president of the Rotary Club of Iriga. And very recently, we had our district sports fest, where a lot of clubs from all over the district, as far as Laguna, Batangas, Quezon, and here in the Bicol region, as far as Masbate, Sorsogon, Catanduanes, all came to Iriga City to participate in friendly games with each other. Of course, Iriga City as the host did not participate in the games, but we enjoyed it a lot hosting the games for them, and I believe it was very successful. We had a fun run in the morning, we had a shoot fest, we had of course basketball, volleyball, the normal games, tug of war, etc. So it was very successful. A lot of the Rotarians from other places really enjoyed it.
Okay. Ano po mga programa ng Rotary Club sa Iriga na ginagawa niyo ngayon?
Meron kaming parang slippers donation na ginagawa. Meron kaming mga medical mission, dental missions na ginagawa. We donated a daycare center in Francia, Iriga City, which we still support until now. And every December, we conduct a gift giving. We are also very active during my time, we were very active in the matching grants. No, we gave out wheelchairs and a lot of other programs that were in line with the district's programs also. So very strong syempre sa mga dental, depende kasi sa president yon. May mga presidente na malakas sa literacy. So, karamihan, ang mga donations niya puro books.
Okay.
Mayroon namang medical naman. Kaya donation niya either ang mga activities for medical mission. Meron ding mga dental missions. Pero lagi meron talagang projects, hindi kami nawawala. There was even a time that we did hug dispersal, which is also very successful. So maganda naman yung namin. No? I think the Rotary Club of Iriga helps a lot in that aspect of helping the community.
Yeah, and I think with your cousins, with your uncle staying in Staten Island,
yes.
Near where one of my cousins stays there, Felix. I'm sure that you have a good, sources of,
Yes. Actually, with regards to our relatives in the States and also our supporters in the States, most of them usually help in their own capacity as members of their own parang Filipino community organizations. No, in Iriga we have what we call we have the event what we call the Magbinaydan sa Iriga. Okay. So every 2 years
paulisin daw.
Magpapaulisin. So they come home and then they have reunions and then they conduct a medical mission, some gift giving to our brothers in JK and other mga indigenous peoples na tumutulong.
How strong is your connection with your alumni? mean,
Oh,
do you have an active?
in UNEP,
Okay.
it's very, very active.
Mm.
We even have an international grand alumni homecoming. Last July 2010, we had that in Chicago.
Oh.
So I went to Chicago, and although sa ngayon malakas siya sa nursing profession, kasi sila talaga ang merong tinatawag na international Alumni Association, yung nursing department ng UNEP. Yun. And they give 10 scholarships, no? 10 slots, 10 scholarships sa UNEP. Nagpapaaral sila ng 10 nursing students ngayon. So, malakas na malakas ang aming tie-ups with our
Yes.
alumni.
Because I know that many schools really, they get a lot of support from their alumni. No?
Yes, yes.
I know of a lot of schools that they get a lot of, they get scholarships,
Yes.
and then they would have some donations,
Yes.
which really make it strong. Okay, we'll pause for a while, and then perhaps you'll also be discussing about some of the advocacy that our guest is involved. So don't go away, we'll be back.
GSAT, direct-to-home TV. Watch the world whenever, wherever. No boundaries. It's more than the basic. GSAT High Definition. Get high with HD now. Catch your favorite sports, watch your favorite movies, and get live entertainment. Upgrade your lifestyle. Get digitalized with GSAT HD.
Okay, we're back in our program on Inside Bicol, and our guest for tonight is attorney Pichi Alfilor Moraleda. A lot of our viewers, Pichi, are watching us on free-to-air TV,
Yeah.
because, GNN TV48 is actually a free-to-air TV, It's just that we're being carried by the different cable companies, like, Sky Cable, we're seen on Channel 13, also on Cáceres, and other cable companies here in Bicol. But basically, GNN TV is a free-to-air. What it means is that, you just get an ordinary TV, tune in to 48, and you'll be able to watch us. So we have a lot of viewers. Now, one of the current issues in the educational sector is about the K-12.
Yes.
And I'd like to ask you more about this, because, being an educator, I'm sure that you're familiar with this. Tell us more about this. What is the position of the university as far as this program is concerned?
We are for K-12. No? In fact, we are already preparing our school for K-12. I believe that we need it because we needed to be at par with our international to be at par with our brothers and sisters in the international community. Because now, as we speak, it's only ngayon may kindergarten. It's already a law. Universal kindergarten is a law. So K-10 lang tayo ngayon. No, but in 2016 we will be K-12. So the position of the university is, of course, we are for it. We need it. So we are preparing for it. So
Briefly, tell us, for the information of our viewers, what is this K-12?
So K-12 is actually a move of the Department of Education to revolutionize, I say revolutionize our educational system by adding a senior high school, grades 11 and 12. Okay, so we will be like we will be like the other systems, educational systems in the US and Europe. Because right now, a lot of our professionals are not recognized abroad, especially the engineers, the architects, because we lack 2 years in our basic education. So in 2016, we will be having grades 11 and grades 12. Right now, we were told, we were updated by Secretary Luistro that it is now a House bill, so that yung mga agam-agam ng iba na baka pag nagpalit ng presidente, balik na naman sa K to 10.
It's a law now.
It is a House bill. It is now a House bill. Okay, so it is going to be a law. Actually, this is really something that we need because in 2015, we will have open borders with ASEAN, wherein the professionals of other ASEAN countries can practice in our country as long as they are qualified. Ang problema, our professionals cannot practice in their territories because our professionals are not qualified in their territories because sa basic education pa lang, kulang na.
So this is one of the benefits that we will derive if ever we'll implement it.
Because right now, our engineers, it's true that our engineers, our architects, our nurses are all over the world. They work as nurses, they work as, some of them have very good positions, but they reach that with additional training. Yung iba naman nating mga architects, engineers in Saudi, for example, who are working for British companies, European companies, they are not being paid in the same rates as engineers from other countries because hindi nga yung educational qualification nila medyo kulang. So that is why parang short change ngayon yung ating mga engineers. So what they do if they want to be promoted, etc., they have extra professional education or they take masters, etc., etc. So
mag-start yan from kinder
up to grade 12. So ngayon po we have kinder, grades 1 to 6, first year high school to fourth year high school. Ngayon po magiging kinder, grades 1 to 6, grades 7 to 10, and then grades 11 to 12. So kahit po yung nomenclature magpapalit.
Okay. So parang may additional 2 year yan.
Opo, may additional 2 years.
Now on the other side of the coin, there are some people who say that it's going to be an additional cost on the part of those, sending their children to school.
Actually, it all depends on how you look at it. Because in these 2 years, your children will be NC2 or even higher a graduate. So ibig sabihin, when they graduate from grade 12, magiging NC2 na sila, may competencies na sila para makapasok sa trabaho. So, yung ibang mga magulang na sa tingin nila 4 na taon pa yung bubunuin nila para magkatrabaho yung anak nila, ngayon hindi na, 2 years lang kailangan, may trabaho ng anak nila. So, it's less 2. It's plus 2 but it's less 2. So magiging expensive lang siguro siya doon sa mga magulang na gustong magpaaral sa college talaga. But then college will also be mababawasan, no? So mababawasan ng taon ang college. So siguro, engineering used to be 5 years, maybe 4 years na lang. Nursing used to be 4 years, magiging 3 years na lang.
Actually it shortens your time to be able to find a work, no?
Yes.
Parang ganun, no? And I know that in other countries, like in the States, no, there are just a few of them who really go to college because, when they finish yung sasabi natin parang K-12, they're actually prepared to go.
Yes,
and,
that's true.
So parang ganun ang konsepto na after you don't really have to go to college
Yes.
With this program now, immediately makakaroon ka ng
Opo,
opportunity.
opo,
Na.
totoo.
So, anong mga other plans ng university as far as yung sa school nyo? Other
Okay.
than that, okay.
Okay, so of course ngayon nga we are preparing for K-12. We are already starting kumbaga we are in the initial stages of doing our curriculum. Aside from K-12, we are building or augmenting our grade school building, no? Nagtatayo kami ngayon. And syempre ni-improve namin yung school. We have new courses like BSHRM, major in cruise management. No? We have of course we are continuing with our accreditation. We are also continuing with our ISO certification.
Okay. Now, Pichi, I'd like to ask you one question, which I know that many people are now, watching. Let's talk about issue on tuition fee increase.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I know that, of course, it depends on the school. No, they
Totoo.
have this tuition fee because they also have to make some adjustment in the school facilities. On the other hand, there are some schools who may not be, increasing their salaries because they also consider the school population, that many of them will have difficulty. What about in the case of your university? What is the present
Kami po,
plan?
wala kaming tuition fee increase. At least doon sa mga schools that I am a part of, no, where I am a part of the decision making group, no. So walang tuition fee increase sa UNEP, walang tuition fee increase sa Partido College, walang tuition fee increase
Well, I'm
sa
sure that's
CCI.
going to be a welcome news
Yes,
to
yes.
some of those planning to go into your university.
Yes, opo.
But of course, in fairness to those schools who are also making some
Okay.
increase, because I think there's a
Yes.
need for them, no?
Okay. Actually, if you ask me, education is really expensive. Meron, di ba, there's a saying that if education is expensive, try ignorance. I mean,
Right.
but of course, the school should strike a balance between its service to the community and its service to its stakeholders, of course, its employees. I believe that our employees know what our advocacies are, what is our mission, what is our goals as a university. So I believe that they understand that. But I do not judge the other schools
Okay.
who would choose to increase their tuition. Because sa totoo lang po, kung talagang if you really want to give quality education, it will really cost a lot.
Right.
No, even UP now is charging 1,000 pesos per unit.
Right.
Talagang kung UP is 1,000 pesos per unit, di ano na lang ang Lasal, Ateneo, how much are they
Right.
charging? So, they are world-class universities. That's why they are charging that much. So, it really is a big obstacle for a school, most especially in the provinces, to give quality education, but yet make sure that its rates are still affordable enough so that its constituents can still avail of this.
That's one of the dilemmas of the school.
Yes, yun ang mahirap. Mahirap magbalanse, pero
Right.
ginagawa naman, ginagawa natin ang paraan
Right.
yan.
Now, well, of course, considering right now that for the school to really be at par, you need to invest on information
Yes,
technology.
yes,
no?
that's true.
So you need computers, you need
Yes.
internet connection, no?
Yes.
And these are something that will really be, you need to have some budget for it.
Yes.
What about your school? Are you also on some of the? Are you now
Yes.
introducing a lot of the information
Yes,
technology?
yes. We have an internet laboratory, we have a computer laboratory, both in the arts and sciences and even in our engineering department, because we have an BSECE course, now we have BSECE program, and we have also partnered with other institutions to bring quality information technology education.
Yeah.
So, for example, we have partnered with e-learning,
Mhm.
where there are online modules of certain courses or certain subjects that is being delivered through computers. No? It is in to augment and to enhance the contact hours of the teachers.
I know of some schools that they have invested on information technology. Even their campuses are now, on Wi-Fi. No?
Yes, our campus
Okay.
is Wi-Fi.
that's
In
good.
different areas, all of the buildings are Wi-Fi
Very good.
ready. And we have a portion there that the students really enjoy because we have yung tinatawag nilang Starbucks kasi we
Okay.
have yung mga may
Parang,
umbrellas na
then
may
they can have
table that
coffee.
they can have coffee from the
Right.
canteen and bring it out.
Very good.
So yun, we have that.
Right.
No? We have Wi-Fi all throughout the campus.
Yeah, I think that's really a must for all schools
Yes.
that they've got to introduce information technology, and even I would say the local officials, they must also introduce in the parks, no, because
Yes.
it will help a lot.
Yes,
If,
in Iriga City is a Wi-Fi
Right.
park. I am not sure if it's still, but
Okay.
it was
That's good.
before. So
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
until now, Wi-Fi park
Yeah, in
pa rin
fact,
siya.
these are some of the things that we here at GNN is encouraging the local executive to invest on,
Yes.
putting a Wi-Fi in their areas. Okay, we'll again pause for a while, and we shall continue our discussion. Later on, siguro we'll also talk about politics because we all know that the Alpilors are, very much engaged in politics, also in the development of the province. So, siguro pag-usapan din natin, aside from the advocacy of Pichi here. So, don't go away, we'll be back. Okay, we're back in our program on Inside Bicol, and our guest for tonight is Pichi Alpilor Moraleda. A lot of us know that Pichi is actually an educator, but siguro being an Alpilor, no? Siguro I'll take advantage of her presence tonight dito sa Inside Bicol. Kung untaman raw siya kung ano na mga political plans na ni daddy niya na dating congressman sa Rinconada, and I know that they're still very much active dyan sa politics. Pichi, I'll take advantage, I know that we're talking more about you as an educator. Ano yan ang latest ngayon sa Rinconada? Because sigurado gulpisading mga gusto man maisiyan. Ano raw ngayon sa Rinconada? What is happening? Especially ang mga viewers no? Anong latest?
Okay, my father is of course planning to run in 2013 for congressman, the 5th district, Camarines Sur. So basically, yun lang sigurado kong
Ayun lang sigurado
yun lang
mangyayari.
sigurado kong mangyayari.
Okay.
All others parang I'm not very sure.
Okay. Oh.
So I really actually it is the last term of Mayor Madel
Okay.
in Iriga.
Okay.
So although ang very active ngayon na parang very visible is and also ini-endorse